Hi viewers, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Varun Kulkarni, and in this video I will be explaining about the working of a router and how a router is able to forward data packets in a network. I will be explaining about the external working as well as the internal working of a router. I will start by explaining the external working of a router. So let's get started. So basically, a router is a networking device which is used to send data packets to its destination in a network. When a router gets a data packet, it analyzes the destination IP address of the data packet by analyzing its header. After analyzing the header, it is the routing table which comes into picture. So the routing table is a data table in file format which is stored in the RAM of a router. A routing table is a data table which determines the most effective and efficient way for a data packet to reach its destination. The routing table contains information about the traffic, as a result of which it is able to determine the number of hops required. The routing protocols are the protocols which determine exactly how the routing is going to take place. A few examples of routing protocols are: number one, internal gateway routing protocol. The internal gateway routing protocol is a protocol which enables routing of data packets among the edge gateways in the network. Another example of routing protocol is routing information protocol. Routing information protocol determines how a data packet is routed when there is a traffic going through an interconnected network of LANs. So this is by and large the external working of a router. I am now going to start with the explanation of the internal architecture of a router. The internal architecture of a router consists of: number one, the input port. The input port is the part of the router which receives the data packet. Upon receiving the data packet, it first removes the physical link of the data packet, which is followed by decapsulation of the message. After the decapsulation, the input port sends this packet to a forwarding table, which determines the output port, the specific output port the data packet needs to reach. Number two, switching fabric. Switching fabric is called as the heart of a router. The primary job of switching fabric is to act as an interface between the input and the output port. It is through the switching fabric that the data packet from the input port is able to reach the destined output port. A common method which the switching fabric uses is the method of tokens. Like, from the input port, there are tokens for each output port. And when the data packet is going to a switching fabric, the data packet will be going through the switching fabric, will go to all the output ports. However, only those output ports which are mentioned in the token by input ports will be accepting the data packet. Number three, the output port. The output port is that part of a router which actually sends the data from the router to the destination. So first thing which the output port does is that it encapsulates the message. After encapsulating, the router converts this encapsulated message into either an electrical signal or an optical signal so that this data packet can now be transmitted physically. Also, there is a buffer which is present in the internal working of a router. For example, if there are many data packets which need to be sent at a time, so there is a buffer wherein the data packets are stored, and one by one the data packets are taken and then transmitted through the output port. Number 4 is the routing processor. A routing processor is also called as the brain of the router. The main function of routing processor is to run the routing protocols. And apart from the routing protocols, the job of routing processor is to create, store, and manage the routing tables which are used for the process of routing. So this is what I have explained about the working of a router. If you have liked this video, do give a thumbs up. Share your feedback in the comments. Do share my video and also do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be coming up with more exciting content. Stay tuned. Thank you.